there's a wise business heuristic to not buy what everybody else is buying at the same time everyone else is buying it, right? So if everybody is buying SpaceX, it's probably not the right time to buy SpaceX. If everyone's buying Bitcoin, it's probably not the right time to buy Bitcoin. When's the right time to buy Bitcoin? It's when people don't care about Bitcoin, which I think is right around now. I'm not saying to buy Bitcoin. I don't own any Bitcoin. Not a sponsor. But you know what people are buying right now is the Hobbit, or at least the Hobbit collector booster boxes on Stomping Grounds website, where they went for pre-order this evening, just less than 30 minutes ago from when I'm recording this video. And they sold out in, I kid you not, a minute. I was on my phone at 8:01 trying to nab one of these for $650 and zoink. Cart closed, sold out, see you later, have a nice life. And that kind of surprised me. $650 is a lot for a collector booster box. Final Fantasy collector booster box is pre-ordered for $600. And so this is it the highest pre-order collector booster box price that we've ever seen? I think that that's true. I guess could go back through kind of the list of different pre-orders and just take a quick glance. But yeah, I mean, there's some boxes that pre-ordered for $400. Final Fantasy was $600. But yeah, that's about right. It is the most expensive pre-order collector booster box. Well, I guess there's people who are buying Spider-Man for $1,000 at some point. So it's not the most expensive price anyone's ever paid for a collector booster box, but it's up there. I mean, we can take a look at the TCG player chart. So this is, once again, the Hobbit collector booster box. They're selling today for $725, which honestly isn't that much lower than not much higher than the $649 that Stomping Grounds was pre-ordering for at a sale. But just out of principle, I don't want to turn around and go pay taxes and spend $75 more when I was so excited about getting one for $650. Anyways, how does this tie into what I was saying at the beginning? Well, maybe it isn't the smartest thing to buy the Hobbit right now. Maybe $725 pre-order price is a little high. Maybe this set and these boxes have ways to go. I mean, they've been falling. They spiked up. What was this? What was going on 2 weeks ago? Someone's buying these for like $900. My goodness. But maybe they're going to go down even more. So perhaps this isn't the right thing to look at. But just in case you're like me and you're curious, maybe on eBay they've got better prices. And look, they do. On eBay, they've got $655, $670. If you're willing to get it from Australia for $630, $40. But be warned, because you click on these and whoever Uber Habsy 5 is with 231, 98.8% positive reviews, and then you pre-order this stuff and it doesn't ship for 6 weeks. And so I don't know how eBay works. I'm not sure if the buyer guarantee lasts that long. Anyways, it just seems a little sketchy. There's no legitimate stores, at least none of these I've seen, are people with over 1,000 feedback. And there's a lot of very small feedback kind of people and stuff. 22 sales with 559 sales, 100% positive. How do these people, I mean, I think some stores have their numbers, but how are I don't know. Anyways, a little confusing. My brain's fried. So anyways, buyer beware on eBay. But that is interesting. It is interesting. But you know what this does? This gets me bitter and wanting to find value elsewhere. And that's where the beginning of this video, the point comes from, which is, how about you look where other people aren't looking? And because Stomping Grounds has good deals, actually, seriously, some really good deals, I'm going to keep looking at Stomping Grounds. And there's actually a number of items here. I know Bronze God was opening up Foundation's Jumpstart for basically this price. Could buy a case of that, get free shipping of $500 plus. Stomping Grounds doesn't sponsor me, but Stomping Grounds, if you wanted to sponsor me, you kind of don't have to, because I show your stuff without you sponsoring me. Anyway, so there's a number of products here that seem to be quite good value. The fact that you can buy Assassin's Creed Beyond booster boxes for $105 when like Final Trade was saying on his channel that you can't buy these from distribution for less than like 140. That's pretty crazy. Man, I love the Assassin's Creed set. My buddies and I were playing Commander game, and the Assassin's Creed cards were just kicking butt. Good stuff. Good stuff. So what am I buying? What am I buying? Getting to the point. I'm buying Outlaws at Thunder Junction play booster boxes. Here we are at toploaded.io. Very cool site. A friend of mine runs it. I recommend getting a subscription here. I pay for a subscription here. They don't sponsor me. But check it out. They are known for their kind of pre-con profits, being able to calculate like what pre-con decks you can buy, what ROIs, and they take in fees into account and everything. Well, they've got a beta section working on expected value of sealed products that aren't just collector booster boxes. And when you check out Outlaws of Thunder Junction play, the expected value is quite high. I compared this with a different expected value website, and it's actually similar. At least both sites make it clear that there's money to be made buying Outlaws of Thunder Junction play booster boxes for 140 each, and then opening them up and selling the cards inside. And so for that reason, I have done it. I've pulled the trigger, and you're welcome to too, buying Outlaws of Thunder Junction play booster boxes. This is my little rebellion against the high prices of The Hobbit. Now, real talk, how do I really feel about The Hobbit? I don't have, and I'm going to make a different video about this, but I don't know how good my sense of ROI on a set coming out is. I have gotten some very, very right, like Secrets of Strixhaven, I got very right. I've gotten some wrong, like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I thought that set and those collector booster boxes were going to fail. And of course, it's impossible to know how a set's going to do if you don't know the supply. I mean, The Hobbit, in theory, could have just infinite collector booster boxes and the price could tank and they could perform poorly. Unlikely, but it could happen. And no matter how passionate or how right you are about the zeitgeist of culture and how people are feeling about a product, if you're wrong about the amount of supply that'll be on the market, then you can be wrong about how the price is going to perform overall. That being said, I've had, I think, a decent sense of what collector booster boxes are going to perform well and not going to perform well. The Hobbit is a weird one because I don't think it's going to perform well. The set size is relatively small. Let me pull up the numbers. If we compare it to other sets that have come out this year, it has less cards than TMNT. Although TMNT, like I said, those collector booster boxes are performing fine. So, I might need to shut it. But the set size isn't great. But Nick, you think the set size is everything. And look, the set size for Marvel Superheroes is super big. And that box didn't perform super well. You were correct. Set size is not everything, it turns out. And like TMNT, set size is not everything. Spider-Man was a feel-bad set. And maybe set size wasn't everything for Spider-Man. I don't know, but I'm just pointing out that the collector booster boxes with smaller set sizes seem to be less fun to open. How many cards are in Assassin's Creed? 138? Yeah, that's so few. I remember watching Hubby Wubby open Assassin's Creed on his channel. So good, so entertaining. He was so frustrated about how many times he opened up the same cards. Peak content, peak entertainment right there. Anyways, so I'm not actually that bullish about The Hobbit. I think, honestly, it might be a blessing in disguise that I didn't buy a single box for $650 and instead I bought a case of Outlaws at Thunder Junction that I can honestly either hold on to and just let them appreciate on their own, or I can open up and sell singles. Where there's a lot of eggs in the basket of The Hobbit. There's a lot of people speculating on The Hobbit. That frenzy is being driven even further by the incredible amount of energy that's been around the Lord of the Rings collector booster boxes. And so it does just feel like a recipe for disaster where there's all this pressure on this product to do well when almost no cards have been spoiled. People don't actually know what's in the set, but it's hyped up because the Lord of the Rings performed well and is performing well. So The Hobbit must do well. And that just spells disaster, just on face value. Like, take out, ignore Magic the Gathering. If I tell you, hey, there is an investment opportunity, hey, doggo, don't eat macroplastics. If I told you, hey, there's an investment opportunity that is, we're going to invest in a sequel company, that this company is like the other company, but it's just like, it's doing the same thing, but it's the sequel, and everybody thinks it's going to do well, so everyone's investing in it. Just that on its own, it's like, okay, that's not going to perform well. That's not a good idea, in my opinion, right? And so, will the Hobbit flop? I don't think so. I don't think it's going to flop. I think if I spent $650 tonight, I don't think I was going to lose money. But I don't know that. And so, not to be kind of a fudder, but I do have some fear, uncertainty, and doubt about the Hobbit. And yes, maybe I'm just bitter since 35 minutes ago I wasn't able to buy one. But I think I'll still be able to get a hold of one. And I think I still will pick up one, you know, but I'm not going to go all in like I did for Strixhaven or Marvel superheroes. It's just a high price point with a lot of unknowns. And I'm willing to be wrong. You know, if this set does peak, if this becomes the Lord of the Rings Collector Edition 2.0 and goes to $10,000, I can be wrong and apologize to my family because I wasn't able to retire early because I missed out on Lord of the Ring or the Hobbit collector booster boxes. I'm okay with that. I'm okay making that apology. What would be a disaster, though, is putting in so much money into a single box and then have it go down or not perform well. Yeah, it's just such higher risk. That being said, I mean, I did the risk for Final Fantasy. I pre-ordered a number of those for about $600 each, and that worked out great. So, have I said anything here? What I've said, I'm buying Thunder Junction. I'm buying Thunder Junction Play booster boxes. I think they're going to appreciate well, and if they don't, I think the singles are great. And how do I feel about the Hobbit? Like I said, I'm going to pick up a box. I'm going to have it on my shelf behind me late August when the set officially comes out. But I'm scared of the Hobbit. I do not think it's going to be an investor paradise. I think too many people are buying it because they think it's going to be an investor paradise. And that is a recipe for disaster. It actually reminds me a little bit like Final Fantasy, except even less organic demand. I'll put it that way. Anyways, thanks for watching. Let me know what you think. And peace and love.